One nifty little hidden gem in 3D Coat is the fact that when you merge a model into 3D Coat's Voxel workspace, if you happen to have UV maps assigned to it and a texture map, 3D Coat will bake all that color information for you as it merges the model in. That's a very handy little feature in certain circumstances, because if you plan to do some further vertex painting on the model, it already has you set up and ready to go. Also, it can help with the look development as you're sculpting the model. Before I get started though, I just want to mention one caveat, and that is when you create this model, when you export it out of your host application, you probably want to subdivide it as much as is feasible, because the more vertices you have on the model, the more color it can store. So if you have a very low polygon model, it can't store very much color information, so just keep that in mind. So we could go to the File menu and choose Merge Object, or use the Merge tool here in the Tool panel, but it's easy enough to just drag and drop your OBJ file directly into the viewport, choose Merge into Voxel Space, and we have our little preview here. Now in the Tool Options panel, we want to make sure to check Merge without voxelizing. That means it's going to come in as a surface mode object, and this is the only mode that will store this color information on the vertices like this. So with that checked, and with Merge to separate volumes to bring these other secondary objects like the growing cloth in to its own layer, we can go ahead and get started by hitting Apply. Okay, now what we need to do is just choose another tool to get out of the Merge tool. And you can see it here. It's pretty dark, but again, if we were wanting to continue doing some vertex painting on this model, we've got a very good starting point. What about giving it color that I can work with when I'm sculpting, because this is not going to help me a lot. It's just too dark. So we can easily fix that. I'm first going to choose a base shader that all this color is basically applied to. Some of these shaders will be a little bit brighter. We could choose this Torrents. That's a good one. And go to the paint room. Here in the Layers panel, I'm going to move this texture editor out of the way. And so we have a blank layer here that we can fill with both color and specularity, and so we'll use that as kind of our clay base for us to sculpt with. Okay, so choose the color you want to work with, and specularity I'll leave it at 100% because we can always dial it back down. And here in the E panel, I want to choose Ignore Back Faces so that it will select all the way through. I could use the Fill Bucket tool as well, but in this case this will work fine. So I'll go ahead and select. Okay. So now I can just change the specularity value maybe to 30. And we're ready to go. So we can just continue sculpting this way, and when we're done, we can just hide or trash that layer, either one. Okay. So I hope that helps, and have fun with it. Thank you for watching.